Real stories, real life, real talk with Suff Tuff. Welcome to yet another edition of Around the World this week on your favorite channel, Suff Tuff. Without any hesitation, let's unveil what we have successfully covered or uncovered this week. Let's go. Imagine walking into a police station in Kenya and right before your eyes, a foreign man spits at a police officer right inside the station and still gets to walk free with a deportation ticket. Now pause and think. If this happened in the Netherlands, would they just deport a Kenyan? That is the big question.
You shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Go! Yeah! Don't want to see your ugly face anymore. Make this
Hey, the man's name is Erwin Tahos from the Netherlands. He was arrested in Diani, Mombasa County after allegedly assaulting his girlfriend in a hotel room, and when officers stepped in to restrain him, he turned violent, verbally abused them, and even spat at one of them.
out of my office, fucker. Now, leave, 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 leave.
The shocking footage quickly went viral, sparking outrage among Kenyans who felt justice was being diluted just because the suspect was a foreigner. Authorities announced that Erwin would be deported, but that's exactly where the debate began. Many people ask, how can someone commit multiple offenses, domestic violence, public assault, and abuse of officers, and still be sent home without facing the consequences? If a Kenyan did the same thing in Europe, you can be sure they wouldn't just pack his bags and send him home. He would face the full wrath of the law, prison first, deportation later. So this isn't just about one man, it's about fairness. Justice should not depend on the color of your passport, because when you assault a woman and disrespect a country's law enforcement, deportation is not a punishment, it's an escape route. Kenya deserves better, Africa deserves better, and maybe, just maybe, it's time we stop treating foreign offenders like guests and start treating them like what they are when they break the law. Criminals first, tourists second. Hey, imagine walking into a local event in Thailand. Music playing, people chatting, and then chaos. Two drunk men start arguing. It gets loud, heated, and before anyone can blink, it turns physical. Now, here is where it gets unbelievably tight. Instead of breaking it up like you'd expect, the government officials at the scene formed a ring. Yes, a human ring. They literally created space for the two men to fight it out, like some kind of a village boxing match. Yes, they did exactly that. The crowd watched, phones came out, laughter filled the air, and guess what? One of the officials was even heard saying, "Let them fight, let them finish, no one interferes." The two men swung, stumbled, and missed more punches than they landed, and when they both finally fell, the referees ended the match. No one seriously hurt, no arrest, just lessons learned. It's funny, right? But it also says a lot about human nature. How sometimes, instead of calming things down, we turn real life trauma into entertainment. And the irony, the ones meant to enforce order became the ring itself. So the question is, did they do it to keep things peaceful or just to enjoy the show? What do you think? What can one man possibly do with 40 prostitutes in just 4 days? 40, not 4, not 14, 40. That's like holding a full United Nations meeting, but everyone came for one purpose. Hey, now imagine this, a 5-star hotel in Bangkok, all expenses paid, and the man at the center of it all is no other than a royal. According to a biographer, disgraced former Prince Andrew allegedly brought around 40 women to his luxury hotel during a taxpayer-funded trip to Thailand. Yes, you heard that right. Funded by taxpayers. While some citizens were budgeting tea and toast, man was reportedly out here hosting the Bangkok Olympics of pleasure. Let that sink in. And just when you think royal scandals have reached their peak, this man decides to climb Mount Everest of controversy, one guest at a time. But here is the real question. Why does it always seem like the ones with privilege end up in the widest stories? 40 women in 4 days might sound like a headline, but it's also a symbol of how power, money, and lack of accountability can turn people into walking headlines. And whether this story is an exaggeration or the full truth, one thing is for sure. Bangkok has seen a lot, but this one might just go down as the royal scandal that even Thailand raised an eyebrow at. So what do you think? Is this just tabloid madness or the royal truth no one wants to admit? Because if this story is even half true, then congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, another living legend has officially been unlocked. Hey, have you ever heard of a story so wild that even the police remember the address? Well, in Bangkok, Thailand, it just happened again. At around 12:30 a.m., police stormed a luxury hotel suite on Sukhumvit Soi 13, only to find a scene that could rival a full-on movie set. 29 men, 28 Thais, and 1 Filipino, caught in what authorities call a truck Freud party. Condoms, lubricants, Viagra, and all kinds of substances scattered across the floor. It sounds like a why one night story, right? But here is the twist. This wasn't their first time. According to investigators, the same group had already been arrested before for the exact same thing. It's like deja vu, but with handcuffs and blue hoods. 4 of them are already facing former drug charges. The rest being interrogated at Lumpini police station as we speak. Now, the question is, how many times does it take before the lesson sinks in? Or maybe, just maybe, this is becoming Thailand's own version of the Didi Party. Secret invitations, wild nights, and the same names showing up again and again. One thing is for sure, Bangkok never sleeps, and apparently, neither do its party legends.
The robbery video has finally been released, and it looks like something straight out of a movie. For weeks, investigators only had fragments. A broken glass case, a silent alarm, and priceless jewels gone. Now, the full footage reveals a plan that feels almost choreographed. 3 men wearing construction uniforms arrive in a white maintenance truck. They set up a ladder, cut through a window with a power saw, and walk straight into the museum. No panic, no rush. Security doesn't react, and visitors assume it's repair work. Inside, the thieves break open display cases and take jewels once owned by Empress Josephine, Napoleon's wife. The entire operation lasts less than 7 minutes. The video shows them escaping through the same window, sliding down ropes, and riding away on electric scooters waiting outside. One of them glances at the camera, calm, almost smiling, before disappearing into traffic. The footage spread fast across social media. Viewers called it a real-life Ocean's 11, flawless, cinematic, and terrifyingly precise.
Real stories, real life, real talk with Suff. Thanks for watching, fam. Don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more stories and real-life adventures. Until next time, stay true, stay tough.